Okay, so this is a special edition of Tipping Points because we're very lucky and honored to have with us to interview a member of Antifa. So I want to welcome, what's your name?
Ronnie.
Ronnie. I want to welcome Ronnie to Tipping Points. As we spoke about before when we were speaking about Antifa, we believe that the most important thing is to be able to be allowed to speak from different perspectives and point of views. The First Amendment, to allow the commerce, the marketplace of ideas to flow, and we're living it by having a member of Antifa here. So, Ronnie, why did you join? What motivated you to be a part of Antifa?
Well, it's the government. They're fascists. They don't believe that I have the right to have my free speech.
So the government won't allow you to have free speech.
That's right. That's right. Every time I go out and stand in the middle of traffic, the cops come and mace me and try to shoot me with rubber bullets.
Okay, so I can see why that might bother you. But my question to you would be, however, why are you standing in the middle of the street?
Because they won't let me have my freedom of speech. I want to go out and say what I need to say, and stand out in the middle of traffic and stop people from going home and going to work and have them listen to what I say because the government is fascist. All of the white supremacists out there are trying to kill everyone. Nobody will believe anything I say. And so I'm going to club them.
Have you found that to be effective, the clubbing?
No, the clubbing hasn't worked so well.
So why don't you just maybe shift your perspective and put the club down and...
But if I put the club down, nobody will listen to me.
But the club hasn't worked so well.
The club is working great. I'm sitting here with you, aren't I?
That's true.
Don't make me club you.
Okay, huh? So explain to me, because I
You tell me I can't say what I need to say?
No, say everything you want.
Okay.
But the thing I want to understand, if you don't mind me asking you a question, is that okay?
It depends.
Depends on the question?
If it's a white supremacist question, I will club you.
Well, anyway, so I do want to understand the movement better. So, for example, in Berkeley, when you guys and gals shut down one of the speakers down there, I think you didn't agree with. Can you explain to me why, because you're anti-fascist, the very definition of being a fascist is to control thought and people.
That's what we stand against.
You stand against the control of thought.
Yes, people. We do not want people controlling our thoughts. They're telling us what to do. We're going to club them.
Okay, so what you're saying to me is when, for example, there's been many examples, but like when in Berkeley, when Antifa went and like broke windows with clubs and maced people and stuff like that.
Right.
If your perspective is that you don't want fascism because you want you to be heard, but you're stopping other people from saying what they... Now, so do you feel like what is important to stop people from saying something if you don't like it? I mean, is that how that works?
They don't want us to say what we want to say, and so we're going to say what we're going to say, and the way we do that is by standing in traffic and using our clubs against your windows.
But what about the people you're stopping from saying what they want to say? Shouldn't they be allowed to say what they want to say?
That's exactly what we're against.
Them saying what they want to say.
They're trying to shut us down. They're trying to say things that we don't believe in, and so we want to shut them down.
Because they're saying stuff that you don't believe in, you're shutting them down.
Yes, because they're telling us what to do.
Okay, so you're fighting for the... You're fighting... I really want to understand. You are standing... Your belief is that... Is your belief, because that's just hard for me to follow you. Maybe because you make so much sense I can't follow it, but I'm trying really hard to follow the logic. So what you're saying to me is that you believe that you should be able to say whatever you want because it's a free society?
If you don't let me, it's fascism.
But who's not letting you say what you want?
You are. You bring your police. They tell me not to get out of the street and do not have my club.
But nobody's telling you can't say stuff, though.
Yes, they are. They tell me to get out of the street.
But you're not supposed to stand in the middle of the street because that's dangerous and you're obstructing traffic and people can get hit by cars.
Listen to me unless they stand in the middle of the street. We tried standing on the side. Nobody would listen to us.
Okay. So, again, I'm lost a little. I keep getting lost. I'm sure that's my own fault because I'm having a hard time following your logic here. So, you're stopping people from speaking, which by definition is a fascist thing to do.
Because they don't believe what we have to say. They don't believe in our movement. We want to stop the fascists. We need to cut down the white supremacists. We need to help anybody that's oppressed.
Okay, so you're stopping people from speaking, which is by definition a fascist thing to do, but you're anti-fascist because you feel like you need to help anyone who's... Now, how is what you're doing helping oppressed people? I'm not...
Because the oppressed people can speak through us. We have their voice. We're standing up to the injustices that are laid upon them by the fascist society and the fascist government.
So who are these people that you're speaking for?
All of the oppressed.
Which are who?
The people that are afraid to speak for themselves. That's why we have the clubs.
So do you feel that do you feel that everyone has the right to speak even if you disagree with it, or?
No, that's not true. They don't have the right to speak. Unless they believe what we believe, we must club them.
It sounds to me... Okay, so there's this whole thing called hate speech, and
And that's what we're against. We're against hate speech.
Right. So what you do is club people and mace them if they say something hateful.
Yes, if they get in my face and say something that I don't believe, I club them.
Because they're hateful.
Because they hate.
They're hate people.
Yes, they hate. They're haters. They're oppressors. They're fascists.
Okay, so you club them. Okay.
So we club them.
I'm beginning to follow your logic now. You basically have a very clear... it's getting really clear to me. It even could... Maybe your motto should be, we club them.
Well, because before we had the club, nobody listened to us. We would stand on the side of the streets and we would yell, and we'd have our signs, and people would just drive by and not pay any attention. And then we started standing in the middle of the street and clubbing people, and now we're on the news.
So, and also there's mace involved, and...
Yes, the mace is not as much fun as the club.
And then there's things like, I don't know, I've seen knives and other...
Yes.
I'm sure guns are in there. Yeah. Bombs.
Don't talk about the bombs.
Okay. What about November 4th? Is there anything going to happen on November 4th?
Oh yes, we're all going to rise up and destroy the oppressors. Okay. We're all going to band together. Oh, America, this is your call to arms. Grab your clubs and rise up against the oppressors.
Okay. So who are the oppressors? I mean, really, can you be...
The government. All of the government. Anybody in government. Especially the Trump. The Trump he's a fascist pig.
Okay. So everyone rise up. Okay, so the oppressors is anyone in government. But what do you want to do? Don't you want to replace? I mean, aren't you? What's your point then? I mean, do you wish to create a new government, or I mean, what is it that? What's your goal? What's your point?
Yes, if we were in power, there would be no oppression. There would be no fascists. We would control everything.
Okay, so you people, the Antifa, you are simply morally and intellectually higher than everybody else, right?
No, we're just right.
You're just right.
Yes, we're right. What they believe is wrong, and what we believe is right.
But aren't you? But if you want to secede the government and replace the government with a new government.
Yes, an anti-fascist government.
An anti-fascist government. So would that government be based on communism or socialism, or would it be a free enterprise system? What would that government look like?
We've never talked about that.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you would take over the government, and it would be non-fascist.
Non-fascist. All the white supremacists, all the fascists, we would club them.
Now, do you understand that statistically speaking, in this country, there's less than 1% of the population. It's less than 1%, 0.0 something of people that are involved in any real fascist movement or white supremacy movement. Or anything. I mean, so it's really tiny. You're bringing maybe water hoses to a place where there's no fire because it's such a small.
It's such a small group. It should make our job much easier.
But it seems to me like you think everyone's a fascist.
Everybody that comes up to me on the street and tells me I can't stand in their way is a fascist.
Okay. So you have the "We Will Club You" theme. I mean,
Yes.
I've created that myself. I'm not sure if you want to own that, but it sounds like a really good theme because "We Will Club."
Remember, without the club, no one listens to us.
Okay, but okay, so you seem to. It seems like freedom of speech is your main focus. Like you really want to just stop people from speaking.
No, we want them to listen to us.
Oh, you don't want to stop them from speaking, but you do want them to listen to you.
Yes. And if they're against us, they must be a fascist.
Okay. So if they don't agree with you, they're a fascist and they should be clubbed.
And the club is the only thing that people listen to. We tried using the words, nobody listened to us.
Okay, so you stand. I'm really trying again. So you stand for free speech. You want people to have freedom of speech. But it's a specific. Okay, their freedom of speech, because you understand. Okay, you want them to have freedom of speech as long as it agrees with the clubbing.
Or if we don't break the windows and stand in front of the cars, nobody listens to us, and it's the club that gives us the power.
But what do you stand for?
Free speech. Anti-fascism.
Okay, so you stand for free speech and anti-fascism, but however, you club those or break windows and ATMs and mace people and
Burn police cars.
knives and burn limousines,
Yes.
like of Muslim people. You burn Muslim.
Limousines or limousine or fascist.
Yeah.
So if we don't club you, if we don't burn your limousine, nobody will listen to us.
So what's your end game? I mean, where do you want to go with this?
I think, wow, Ronnie, that's a good question. I don't think we thought far ahead.
Okay. So to summarize, I'm just going to summarize our conversation.
Okay.
It sounds like you really have no idea what you're doing, that you have absolutely no real goal or outcome in mind, that you want to do away with government and yet you want to be the government, and that the correct way to do this is through violence and pain and suffering.
Just stay on.
Yeah.
I'll make club you now.
So Ronnie, we are grateful that I'm grateful that you came here with Tipping Point. You really shed a lot of confusion upon the subject and made things as muddy as a river.
Oh, is that my BMW they're telling me?
I think that's your BMW.
Gotta go.
I think I see your latte. Don't forget your latte.
Latte, thank you. That's right
Got
there.
your latte.
Gotta go.
Get your BMW. All right. All right, people. Well, there you have it. We've spoken to Antifa. We understand. It's obviously now. It's very clear. We understand what the movement's about. So, get behind it. All right. We'll see you next time.